Hi everyone, it's Monday and it's the start of a new vlog. I have things that I need to get done this week. I need to put a lot of time into job searching. The depression really got the best of me, and the depression was fueled in part by the fact that I don't have a job. But it's very hard to have a job if you're not actively job searching. But it's very hard to job search while you're depressed and don't have any energy to do anything. So it's like, it's just a cycle that just like is never ending. So I'm gonna really put the effort in to doing that. And then I also, for writing, my goal is to get to 50,000 words in my new work in progress. Right now I'm sitting at about like 11,000, almost 12,000 words. So that's quite a big chunk, but I think I can do it if I actually like put the time and effort into it. You know what I mean? So I'm putting that here for to hold me responsible, I guess. The word that I'm searching for, accountability. For accountability purposes, my goal is to get 50,000 words written this week. I will, once I go over there and sit down and work, update you on exactly how many words I have written so far in the manuscript. And then I also have reading plans for this week. I did start or make progress in, I can't remember when I actually started it, but I did make progress in The Wager by David Gran. I'm on chapter 12, which according to Spotify is about 50% of the way through the book. And page wise, that is 131. Where I'm leaving off, where I'm starting, he's just found a dog, and I have a bad feeling about that. So that's where I am in this, page 131, or about 4 hours into the audiobook. So I do plan on continuing this. And then I also started Six of Crows last night, but I only read like 20 pages. So the goal, again, is to finish Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. And then if I finish Six of Crows, which hopefully I will in a week, the goal is to read The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields. This is a sapphic, cozy romantasy, and I'm very excited for it. And then I do only have like 2 other books on the TBR that I made for myself for the month of June, and we have 7 days left. Do I think I can read essentially 4.5 books this week? I don't think I can, especially with all the other things that I have to do this week, but I think I'm gonna make the effort. So those are the plans for this week. Starting off, I am going to go pick up a package that Charlotte's parents sent for midnight. I'm very excited to see what Midnight's getting in the mail. And then I'm gonna get started on my day. So I'll keep you posted. Hello everyone. Real quick check-in. What have I been doing for the last few hours? Oh, I finished reading the book that I'm beta reading, and I sent off the feedback to the author. I loved it. I think it's great. And then I did some writing, not a ton of writing. I like writing by hand, but my wrist is really hurting. So I think I'm just gonna type. Before I started writing, my official total was 11,711 words. So I'll update again at the end of the day with just like the current word count, since I'm trying to get to 50. I did apply for 2 jobs today. And I just walked for like 40 minutes on my walking pad. And I don't know if this is just me and like maybe I don't know how to walk. But on the walking pad, I can't stay balanced unless I'm holding on to something. And I see so many people who are just like walking on the walking pad and they're able to like do like work while they're walking, or they like can talk and like hold things and they aren't holding on to like a desk. Am I just doing it wrong? Or will I get better at it the more I use the walking pad? Because I literally felt like I didn't know how to walk anymore. But anyway, I just walked and I'm tired, but I also really want ice cream. So I'm gonna go have some ice cream, and I'm going to sit down and just start typing for writing instead of handwriting. Even though I've really enjoyed writing by hand, my wrist is killing me. So if I want to be able to hit my word count goal, I'm gonna have to switch it up. I'm gonna have to just type instead of handwrite. So that's the goal. I also listened to 2 chapters of The Wager. I was right in that it was not a good thing that they found a dog. And then I read 1 chapter of Six and Crows. So we've had a really super productive Monday, if I do say so myself. Anyway, I'm gonna go continue being productive, and I will, the next time I check back in will be to let you know how many words I've written. Hey everyone, it's Tuesday. I did forget to give you an update as to how much I had gotten written yesterday, so I wanted to do that for you. I managed to write. So my goal that I decided on for yesterday was to hit 15,000 words, and I managed to do that. I wrote 2 chapters and 3,324 words, and then I ended on a total of 15,034 words, which I am feeling very happy with. I'm so sorry about the lighting. It is already the afternoon, and I've been lazy this morning, in all honesty. I did peruse some jobs and I will be applying to them probably later, and then I do plan obviously on writing today, but first we have a doctor's appointment that we have to bring the boy child to, so we're gonna do that, and then it'll just be probably a later working day for me since I allowed myself to be lazy this morning. Charlotte works until later this evening, later tonight, so she won't be home until later, so I have to find a way to occupy my time while she's not here, so might as well spend that time writing. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of bed and I'm gonna get dressed so that we can take the child to his appointments and we'll go from there. So hello, it's Tuesday evening. I am checking in because I've just arrived home. I took Vince to his appointment, and then since we were essentially halfway to my parents' house, we went to my parents' house, for dinner, and then I stopped and picked up some books that I had pre-ordered, and then I may have accidentally bought a different book. And then my mom and Vince and I went to the paper store and did a little shopping at the paper store, so I have a little bit of a haul for you. So first off, my mom had previously picked this up for me last week. Every time we planned on seeing each other, it fell through. So I finally have Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood in my hands, which is very exciting. Though I got the independent bookstore one, and I have to admit, I almost wish I had got the Barnes & Noble one, because I know the Barnes & Noble one came with like special edition art in it, and so did the independent bookstore one. And I don't know if you can really see that. It's not my favorite art. So while I'm sure it's somebody's cup of tea, it's not mine. And I know that like I don't have to look at it because it's on like the inside. But I'm a little disappointed that that's the art that's in mine. Anyway, that's petty, but it's true. So I got Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood for my mom. And then the book that came out today that I had to pick up because it was a pre-order was Ashley Poston's A Novel Love Story. And I'm very excited for this one. I have both of Ashley Poston's other books on my shelf. Have I read them? No. But this one, when I read the synopsis, I was like, you have to have this one. So I bought it. So I had to pick it up. And then while I was there, I picked up Mrs. S by Kay Patrick, because it's still Pride Month and I'm still a lesbian, and this is a sapphic story set at like a boarding house between our main character, who's coming on to be like the matron, and the headmaster's wife in a summer. So it's sapphic. It's a sapphic story. It's a summer story. So I needed to have it, so I bought it. And then at the paper store, my mom got Vincent, me, and Charlotte a Jellycat. He's so cute. He's a little teddy bear. He's Bartholomew Bear. And he's so cute, and I'm obsessed with him. I think I'm gonna have to find a new place for my cloud because I just feel like my rabbit and my bear have to live on my bed with me. I'm truly so obsessed with him. I know I've talked about this in another vlog, but Jellycats truly are like, they bring me so much joy. I just love having them. I have so many around the house. Maybe I should do like a little Jellycat tour. That probably wouldn't be interesting for anyone else but me to talk about my Jellycats, but I love them. I'm a stuffy girl at heart, and Jellycats are just so cute. They're so cute, and they're so small, and they're so soft and so squishy. They're just like, they tick all the boxes for me for a stuffed animal, and so now I have to have them all. I am going to change out of my like outside clothes into some inside clothes, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of reading in Six of Crows, because I have a little bit of a headache, so I'm going to drink some water, take some ibuprofen, read, and then when my headache is feeling a little better, I'll sit back down and do some writing. I don't know if I was able to check in before I left to bring Vincent to his appointment, but I was able to write 1,000 words today already, so I'm on a good start. I'd like to get to 20,000 words today, and I think I can do it if I buckle down. So I'm gonna stop yapping, and I'm gonna get some water, some ibuprofen, lay on the couch with my new Jellycat and my book, and we are gonna read for a little while, and then we'll pick up writing. So that's my update. Good morning. It is Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. And I have a little bit of an update for you, not too much. I have read about 100 pages in Six of Crows, and I'm very much enjoying it. Essentially, this is the story of Kaz. He's like, he's like a criminal prodigy, and he has been tasked with performing a heist that will make him very, very rich, like kings and queens level rich. And he needs to put together the perfect team to complete this heist. And so far we've met, I'm pretty sure, three of the team. So we've been inside the head of Kaz, Inej, and Nina. Kaz obviously is the criminal prodigy. Inej is a spy called the Wraith, and then Nina. Hey everyone, sorry if the quality of the video has changed. My camera memory card is saying that it's full, even though I deleted all the old videos off of it, so I don't know why it's saying it's full, but it won't let me record anything else. So I'm gonna have to figure that out in a second, but I wanted to just finish talking about what I was talking about. So then we have Nina. She is a Grisha, and she is Heartrender, and she has been using her magic to survive in, like, yeah, the slums. And they have just rescued who I think is going to be the next member of their little trio from this prison. So it was like a heist within a heist, almost. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm really enjoying it. But I will say, like, I have heard this criticism before that Kaz, it would be better if Kaz was older. And I definitely agree. He's like 17 years. So all of these characters so far are like 17 years old. And while I'm willing to suspend disbelief because it's a YA fantasy, just knowing that Leigh Bardugo has now written some adult fantasy, I think this would have been better as an adult fantasy, like if Kaz and especially Inej, and probably all of them, if we're being honest, were even just like 23 to 25, like I think it would have been a little bit more believable, this like criminal prodigy and like the backstories that we've gotten so far for each of them. Like I just think it would have been better if it was an adult fantasy novel. But I am still really enjoying it at 100 pages in. I'm also about to go sit down and work on writing. Last night I had wanted to get to 20,000 words. I didn't, but we ended up having an unplanned hangout with my parents, which was very fun and very enjoyable and much needed, but it did cut into like my writing time. So today the goal is to at least get to the 20,000 word mark. But hopefully I will succeed it. The like push goal, I think, is going to be like 25,000 words. Yesterday, my total word count for the day was like 2,000 something. I can't get the official number right now because I have it written on my phone and I'm currently using my phone to record this clip. So I can't get it right now, but I ended up with like 17,000 words in total. So that being said, I am going to spend the rest of the morning and into the afternoon doing some writing, and I'm also going to try and figure out what's wrong with my memory card and why it's saying it's full when I'm pretty sure it isn't. And then I will pick this up and do some more reading. and then I'll keep you updated. So. Midnight's had enough. She said, "You've been sitting here all day and I've had enough. I demand attention." Anyway, I have been sitting here most of the day working on a various number of things. So I have done some writing, and I also had made like a book review template, because at the beginning of the year on my Bookstagram, I said that I was going to review every book, and then on my like actual feed I would post all of like my 5-star reviews. Have I done that? No. Did I want to do that? Yes. Do I still want to do that? Also yes. But because I've read so many books so far already this year, I was getting overwhelmed with the fact that I hadn't actually kept up with it. So I kept putting it off, and I kept putting it off. And so today, or the other day, I was like, we'll make the template. And then we realized how easy it was to use Canva on the computer versus the phone, my phone. So we did that, and then today I sat and I put all of like, I made each one with the cover of the book, so that now it's all saved. Now each one for every book that I've read so far is already saved in my phone, so now I can just upload the template to my stories and like post the review and then put it in a highlight. So I made all of those. That took me quite a bit of time, and while I was doing that, I listened to The Wager, which is still very fascinating. And then I cleaned. I've been doing a really good job this week of keeping things clean and picking things up like as they get messy, instead of letting it all pile up, which I'm very pleased with. Oh, and then I spent a lot of time reorganizing. Did I need to do this? No. Do I really like how it is working for me? Yes. So I'm glad I spent the time doing it. But I moved my work in progress from just my Pages document into Google Docs, and on the side of Google Docs, I didn't realize that you could do this until I did my beta reading. You can, hold on. Hello, it's much later. It's like 11 at night, and I was in the middle of a thought, but Charlotte got home and I got distracted. So I'm here to do like a full update because I'm done writing for the night. I was saying that I had redone how, like, I think I was saying how I moved from Pages to Google Docs because I figured out how to use the outline feature in Google Docs, which Charlotte said was like relatively new. So I'm literally obsessed how that works, but it took me a really long time to get things to look how I wanted them. But now I feel super professional. Like, I feel like it looks professional already, which is nice. I finished writing. We also made tacos for dinner, and we watched an episode of Love Island, so we're now officially all caught up with that. Love Island USA, not just regular Love Island. And I managed to write 5,004 words today. We are over the 22,000 word mark, and I wrote like just under 3 chapters. like I still have a little bit more to go in this last chapter I wrote, but I finished the scene that I was working on. So I'm calling it a night because I'm tired, and I'm going to eat my sweet treat that I have in the fridge that I've been waiting for the right moment, and I think now is the right moment because I wrote over 5,000 words today and I'm feeling very accomplished. So that's the update. I haven't read anything yet, but I'll probably, like, when it's bedtime, probably pull out my reading light and read until I fall asleep. But even though I didn't do much reading today, it was a very successful writing day, and I'm gonna call that a win. Hello everyone. It is Thursday. It's Thursday, and I have been very productive already today, and I'm feeling good. I haven't read or written anything, but that doesn't negate all the things that I have been really productive on. I did read a little bit of Six of Crows last night. I read like 35 pages, which is better than nothing. I had thought I would finish this by now, but I haven't. And that's fine. It is what it is. I'll finish it. But I did just I spent my morning getting some things done that I'd been putting off because they were causing me anxiety. And then because they were causing me anxiety and because I was putting them off because it was causing me anxiety, it caused me more anxiety because I kept pushing them off. So I have accomplished those things, which is the things that I'm feeling good about having done. So now I am going to walk. I'm going to try walking for like 30 minutes. And then the rest of the day is mostly just reading and writing. So that's how I'm going to spend my afternoon. So I'm going to write, and then I'm going to put some dedicated time into finishing this. We also just met our last 2 members of our team. So we knew Kaz. So there's 6 of them. So we knew Kaz, Inej, Nina, and Jasper. And we've just met Matthias, I think is how you pronounce his name, and Wylan. And I am very intrigued by Matthias and Nina's relationship. I have managed to avoid spoilers for Six of Crows, shockingly, because I've been on BookTube, like not making videos, but like I've been watching YouTube or BookTube for so long, and then Book Talk is notorious for spoiling things, but I have not gotten spoiled for much Six of Crows content, so I'm very excited to see how that little relationship plays out because it seems intense and I'm here for it. But without further ado, I'm going to put my shoes on and I'm going to do some walking and probably watch some BookTube. So I'll check back in later. Hello friends, I'm coming to update you. I didn't do any writing today, but that's not why I'm crying. I was very productive all day. I did so much today. And when Charlotte walked in after work, I said, you know, I'm feeling very, like, I'm weepy. Like, I'm gonna start weeping at any moment. Like, anything could set me off. And then I opened TikTok. And I got a My Hero Academia spoiler. And I stopped watching My Hero Academia, and I stopped reading Jujutsu Kaisen, and I stopped reading Chainsaw Man, because all of them were like, very sad. They had all gotten very sad. So I'm in bed now. And I'm gonna try and read some Six of Crows, but I make no promises because I'm having a horrible night. Hey everyone, I just wanted to do a quick update because it is Friday afternoon. I have edited and uploaded and posted the vlog for last week. Again, I'm late, but what's new? That's just been the vibe for the last few weeks. I also didn't read any of this yesterday. It just didn't pan out. I was busy doing other things that needed to get done, though they were not enjoyable to do. But that being said, I did manage to finish The Wager by David Grann. This was really an interesting read. While it is nonfiction, the narrative style and voice of the story is written in a way that's engaging, almost like if it was a fiction story. What I thought was most interesting was the conversation that happened in this, that not only were the people on the wager semi-responsible for what had happened, it was the empire of Britain and England that was kind of the catalyst and what allows behavior and situations like this to happen. So we had the sailor, so we had the ship itself, which was not safe or ready for the mission that it was sent out on. And then there were men who had grown up in the empire and had a certain idea of how life should be and how they should be able to act, and that impacted their ability to get help once they became stranded and were around native people of the island that they became stranded on, who were willing and happy to help them. And then through their actions, those native peoples chose not to help them anymore, which also really screwed them over and meant that they ended up experiencing a lot worse things because they couldn't just accept the help that they were being given. They thought they deserved more, which they didn't. And then there was one line that I thought was very poignant at the very end. So if this is going to be, if you're going to consider this a spoiler, skip like a little bit ahead. But we learned that one of the men who had become stranded was one of the free black men who had been on the ship. And we learned that he tragically is kidnapped and he doesn't make it back because he is sold into slavery. So this was a black man who had become a freed person and then became enslaved again. The quote that I found was really poignant was, "Empires preserve their power with the stories that they tell, but just as critical are the stories that they don't, the dark silences they impose, the pages they tear out." So it's like one of those, like we all know that history is told by the winner, and we have to remember that that also impacts how we're told of stories like this where people survived. Also, what I found was interesting was none of them faced the consequences that I would have expected them to face, because Britain didn't want, or England didn't want to admit to their failures that led to incidents that happened. So ultimately, I don't know if that makes much sense, but I finished this yesterday and those were my initial takes on the story. I think I'm going to give this one a 4-star read. I really enjoyed it, and if you like nonfiction, this I would highly recommend. I also wanted to talk a little bit about my writing because I had set a drastic goal for myself to reach 50,000 words in the manuscript. Now, when I set that goal, I only had 11,500 words. But I had been really slacking on doing anything like for the last few weeks. So I was like, if I set myself this lofty goal when I'm not doing anything, I can definitely meet that goal. But then suddenly my productivity kicked in and I've been doing so much stuff this week. Stuff that maybe didn't get vlogged because it's not like important or like I can't really, it's just like applying to jobs, trying to redo my resume, which took a lot longer and I didn't even get it finished, or applying for unemployment, or trying to get health insurance, like all of these things that I've been putting off because it was making me really depressed. Suddenly, and like cleaning and doing a bunch of laundry and just like all of these things that I've been putting off, suddenly I was getting done. So right now I'm sitting at, let's see, 22,425 words, which means that I've written like 11,000 words this week, which is something that I'm very proud of. And I still have half of today and then Saturday and Sunday in which I can write more. But I don't think I'm going to meet that 50,000 word goal. And I'm trying to be generous with myself because I set that goal because I wasn't doing anything else. And while I didn't reach the goal, or I probably won't reach the goal, I did accomplish like a bunch of other things. So with that said, I am going to try and finish 6 of Crows today. So I am going to write for maybe like an hour, and then I'm going to do some reading, and then I'll take a break and do some reading, and then come back and work for another hour on some writing, and just that's how I'm going to spend the rest of my day. It's a Friday. I'm going to call it a summer Friday because I was really productive. I do have to fold some laundry and put that away, but that's the only like work thing I'm going to do. So anyway, that's the update. And my camera stopped recording randomly, so I hope that I didn't lose too much of what I was saying. So when you come to get into bed after a day and you didn't pick up the mess you made from the reel that got no engagement. Hello. So it's been a few hours, and like it's been like the whole day. I'm so sorry. But I got distracted with some other things that I was doing today. I didn't get as much writing as I wanted to, but I did get some done. I managed to write 1.5 chapters, 2,678 words, and we've passed 25,000 words, which I'm feeling really good about. I'm nowhere near 50,000, which I already knew was going to happen. But I have already written over 10,000 words this week, which I'm very proud of. We do have I have every day off, but Charlotte also has tomorrow off, and Sunday and Monday. So hopefully I can get some really good writing over the weekend. Sunday we have lunch plans with my parents, and then Vincent goes to his dad's. So I probably won't end up writing that much on Sunday, but I'm still going to try. Tomorrow I'm gonna dedicate most of my day to writing. And who knows, maybe Charlotte will even want to join me, which would be really fun. I am getting ready to lay in bed, and I'm going to read some of Six of Crows. I know I said I wanted to finish it today. I'm certainly not going to, but I do want to make quite a significant dent in it so that I can finish it tomorrow, because I still think, this is me being delusional, but I still think I could probably finish this and at least make a dent, a good dent in another book by the end of the vlog, and potentially at least finish one more book before the end of June. At least finish Six of Crows before the end of June, but maybe, wouldn't it be fun if I could read 2 more, like Six of Crows and another one? I'm getting ahead of myself. But anyway, that's the update. Yeah, I'm gonna go do my getting ready for bed things, and I'll probably check in the morning. This Sunday, OOTD, to go have lunch with my parents. Hello, it's Sunday. I didn't vlog at all yesterday. I'm so sorry. I didn't do much worth talking about. I mostly just spent the day watching Gossip Girl and organizing laundry and folding and hanging it. So not too exciting, but it is what it is. I also didn't finish Six of Crows. No one is surprised. Anyway, we have just gotten home from lunch with my parents and spending some time with them, and I'm gonna lay in bed and read for a little bit before I have to leave the house again. It's also gross outside and I feel gross, and we got a new dresser. My mom found one for free on the side of the road, so she brought it to me, and I'm very weak, I learned, as we tried to carry it up the stairs. So that was also really disappointing, but here it is. My fan is blocking it, but I'm very excited to clear some space up in our closet to put stuff in there, and then I don't have to go out into the living room every time I want to get dressed, because that's currently where my clothes are, and then the dresser that is out there I can use for like other things like blankets, sheets, miscellaneous things. But anyway, that's the update for now. I'm going to get horizontal because that's where I'm happiest. So